Welcome to the Everything Podcast. In this episode, I'm going to be recapping Dark Gallifrey, The Meddling Monks Part 1, which actually released on the dates that I record this episode, that being the 9th of April 2026. And this kind of takes Dark Gallifrey in a very different direction. I'll get into spoiler territory later on in the episode, but as with all my Big Finish recaps, I'll talk about the official news, show you the trailer, and then I'll let you know my thoughts. Slight spoiler, I really liked it. But yeah, let's start off with the synopsis. The Meddling Monk and the Meddling Nun are stranded on Earth with a broken TARDIS and find themselves involved in a series of odd escapades. Buying a house, getting a job, having a dinner party, all of these and others prove more onerous than expected, but the greatest challenge is still to come. Episode 1 is titled Monkey House. A Blintovich-based accident with the TARDIS has curtailed the Meddling Monk and the Meddling Nun's travels together. Now they're trapped on Earth with no means of escape. Or are they? The Nun has a mysterious plan, and the first step is for them to buy what could possibly go wrong? What was I going to say? I got distracted. Then we have Monkey Business, Episode 2. Our meddlesome heroes need money to help their plan and so opt to get a job with a local business, but there's only one role available, so they soon find themselves at loggerheads, competing for the position. What could possibly go wrong? We don't now have a recording date for this set, so the writer, I should mention, for Dark Gallifrey, The Meddling Monks, in its entirety is John Donnie, obviously one writer for the 6 episodes in this case, but normally three episodes and 3 releases. Then we've got some quotes as well. Producer Robert Valentine said, Dark Gallifrey continues, and this time John Dorney is serving us not one, but 2 incredible incarnations of Meddling Monk in one bumper story. Rufus Hound is back as the eponymous monk, and Gemma Willen returns to the Nun, and this time they've got their own theme song. The 2 Time Lord tricksters are trapped on Earth in what sounds suspiciously like a radio sitcom, but they're not alone. Supporting and thwarting them are 3 mysterious recurring characters: John, Carrie and Simon, played by Radio 4 comedy luminaries John Fillimore, Carrie Quilnin and Simon Kane. This is an absolutely brilliant and bonkers story by John Dorney, impeccably directed by Jonathan S. Powell, and I was there too. Actor Rufus Hound said, in the words of one of the great comedians, what a fine mess you've got me into. The monk... what happened to my voice there? The monk has started travelling with the Nun, which is, as we all know, quite dangerous because Time Lords are not meant to travel with future or past versions of themselves, causing the TARDIS to do something rather unnecessary. But from that point onwards, the world around them is a mystery that they are out to solve, but it would appear they are solving it with a live studio audience. His co-star, Gemma Willen, added, it's a fantastically funny, bonkers gallop through different times and genres, with a lot of satisfying Easter eggs for people who are deep fans of everything Doctor Who. There's something for everyone. The cast includes Rufus Hound as the monk, Gemma Willen as the Nun, John Finnemore as John, Simon Kane as Simon, and Kerry Quillinan as Carrie. The script editor was Matt Fitton. The writer, as I mentioned, was John Dorney. The senior producer was John Ainsworth. The cover art was done by Soundsmith Creative. The director was Jonathan S. Powell. The executive producers were Jason Hay-Gallery and Nicholas Briggs. The music was done by Kevin James. The producer was Robert Valentine. The sound design was also done by Jonathan S. Powell. And this episode is 17 minutes long, or this release rather, because it's 2 episodes. So before this, spoil the events for Dark Gallifrey, The Meddling Monks Part 1. I'm going to show you the trailer, which I have already listened to because I couldn't resist. And it's a very different trailer. So it was the trailer for Dark Gallifrey, The Meddling Monks Part 1.
From Big Finish Productions, Dark Gallifrey, The Meddling Monk. Something has gone wrong with time.
It's the end of eternity itself.
And the future or the past, a terrible mistake has been made. Soon, all history itself will be at stake.
Sorry. What are you doing?
I'm just recording the Dark Gallifrey trailer, don't mind me. If you kill me, you'll never find out what Dark Gallifrey actually is. Ah!
Yes, but you do realise none of this is actually in it?
Yeah, well, obviously. I know it's just you on a street, but we've got to sell it somehow. That's the most horrifying secret I've ever heard.
No, but it's gibberish. This is just a lot of disconnected phrases and effects.
Yeah, have you not seen the trailer before?
Oh, for the love of stories.
And then the Daleks turn up.
No. It does not have Daleks.
And then one Dalek turns
it
up.
has absolutely zero Daleks in it.
That's exactly what you would say if it had surprise Daleks in it.
It has no Daleks, surprise or otherwise. Zilch. Nada.
Oh, come on. Everyone loves the Daleks.
No.
Cybermen?
No. It's just me. Just Dark Gallifrey, the meddling monk. We don't need anything else. No old monsters, no gimmicks, no Jackie Tyler. I'm enough.
Cooey, it's me. Sorry I'm late, but I was just enjoying one of those legendary Big Finish lunches.
Oh, not the nun as well. Do I have to put up with her for the full 3 hours?
You think that's bad? I have to put up with you.
The master didn't need anyone else, and he's had 3 of them.
I wonder what Kate and Osgood would think about that.
No!
Oh, you're no fun. Oh, very well. It's just Dark Gallifrey, the meddling monk.
Monks.
It's Dark Gallifrey, the meddling monks.
Although technically I'm the nun.
Got it?
Got it. Dark Gallifrey, the meddling monks. Daleks not included. Have fun.
That was the trailer for Dark Gallifrey, the Meddling Monks Part 1, which, as I mentioned before the trailer, has basically nothing to do with the actual release itself, as it has nothing in it, but you see or hear a bit of the dynamic between Rufus Hound's Monk and Gemma Whelan's Nun. I don't know what's going on with my voice. This is the 5th episode, last episode I'm actually recording today, so it could be that. But yeah, this is definitely the most comedic Dark Gallifrey series that we've had so far. Like the first 4 was that trailer kind of pokes fun out of Dark Gallifrey with 3 out of the 4 previous series featuring the Master, whereas it was announced that it would be all the Renegade Time Lords and 3 out of the 8 series have the Master in it, if not more. So yeah. And this was announced in February 2026, so quite late for Big Finish to announce. But yeah, this was so yeah. Anyway, spoilers for Dark Gallifrey, the Meddling Monks Part 1 are coming in 3, 2, 1. This is, yeah, so kind of the synopsis kind of do a lot of the heavy lifting for it. So the first episode is about the monk, us being reintroduced into the monk and the nun, who have appeared in various Big Finish audios. The monk featuring in significantly more than the nun being a newer incarnation of the monk. So there's actually a bit in, I think it's episode 1, so where kind of it features the monk and the nun talk about who came first, who came second. So one regenerated into the other eventually. But yeah, this is a multi-monk story, which we've not had in a Big Finish audio for a while, and hasn't happened on the TV at all. So that's yeah. So yeah, it's one of those. So where do we go from here? So kind of the first episode, the nun has a plan that the monk kind of is kind of, they're stranded on Earth, and the monk's just going to listen to whatever the nun says, where trying to get off Earth kind of being the prerogative. But yeah, they fight. There's an estate agent, and it's really, really funny. So yeah, obviously I've listened to it today, the day that it was released, which is, I don't tend to record episodes like that, but because it's only, and it was 54 minutes, the actual episode itself, episodes together, and they were about 26, 27 minutes each, so that was easy enough. It's not like a full box set where it's hours, so I obviously physically wouldn't be able to do that, unless I listen to listen to the entire box set in one day, which I don't think I've ever done before. I will for like single releases like this, or the 9th and 13th Doctor Adventures ranges, but not for full box set. Anyway, going on a bit of a tangent, Dark Gallifrey, the Meddling Monks Part 1, we kind of learn little bit, so we get to hear more of the dynamic between the monk and the nun, which we've not seen of really much at all. The monk and the nun only appearing in one story, and that was like 5 years ago. So it's nice to have a full 3 hours to explore them, and kind of they are very comedic. And I do like that this series of Dark Gallifrey has gone more comedic. Obviously, I prefer that, but also I think that fits for the monk and the nun. I don't think it would work if they were. It was a very serious, like, universe world-ending story. I don't think that would necessarily work. And there are hints about Dark Gallifrey as well, so there was bits in the trailer as well. But yeah, kind of being very self-contained as Dark Gallifrey seems to be so far. But we are now in the second half of the Dark Gallifrey series, there being 8 series. Obviously, the Meddling Monks being the 5th one. So it is kind of, we are having to start to get answers, and kind of the synopsis for episodes, parts 2 and 3, which we'll get onto in a minute, kind of lead on to that. But part 2, kind of the monk and the nun tried to get a job, only one job's available, so they try to outdo each other, similar to episode 1. And they both end up getting fired, and then they start hearing laughter from live audience that's appeared in both episodes, and that's kind of how the episodes end, and kind of the narrator kind of goes, "Oh, poor you," basically. So it is very interesting. So we move on to Dark Gallifrey, the Meddling Monks Part 2, which releases in May 2026. Obviously also written by John Dorney. Here's the synopsis. The Meddling Monk and the Meddling Nun are stranded on Earth with a broken TARDIS and find themselves involved in a series of odd escapades. Each more onerous than expected, but the greatest challenge is still to come. We start off with episode 3 titled Monkey Nuts. It's time to host the neighbours for an evening soiree, but is the monk's fish dish a winner, or will the guests prefer the nun's baby chicken? There's only one way to find out, and soon culinary battle has commenced. What could possibly go wrong? We then have Monkey Magic, episode 4. There's a big prize to be won at the local talent show. So the monk and the nun are soon brushing up their best stage acts in an attempt to claim victory and ensure the success of their grand plan. What could possibly go wrong? And obviously the cast continues as Rufus Monk. No, got words the wrong way around. Rufus Hound as the monk, as Gemma Willard as the nun. Obviously the same production team, so script editor Matt Fitton, writer John Dorney, senior producer John Ainsworth, director Jonathan S. Powell, the executive producers Jason Hagen and Nicholas Briggs, the producer Robert Valentine, that has a 74-minute runtime. And then we finish off the finale of Dark Gallifrey the Meddling Monks with Dark Gallifrey the Meddling Monks Part 3, which releases in June 2026 with the following synopsis. Meddling Monk and the Meddling Nun are stranded on Earth with a broken TARDIS and find themselves involved in a series of odd escapades. We have episode 5 titled Monkey Puzzle. An international jigsaw competition has come to town, and the monk and the nun have time to complete before the arrival of a very special guest. There's only one way to find out what could possibly go wrong. We then have the finale with episode 6 titled Monkey About. What's it all about? Well, it's a big finish finale, so there's bound to be explosions and chases with perhaps a starry cameo and a threat to all life on Earth. What could possibly go wrong? This release stars Rufus Hound as the monk and Gemma Willard as the nun. The script editor is Matt Fitton, the writer is John Dorney, the senior producer is John Ainsworth, the director is Jonathan S. Powell, the executive producers are Jason Hagen and Nicholas Briggs, the producer is Robert Valentine, and this episode, or this release, has a runtime of precisely an hour long. That might not have been updated yet, that could be why. It was a similar thing with Routons vs Sontarans. But yeah, let me know what you thought of Dark Gallifrey the Meddling Monks Part 1. If you listened to it, if you enjoyed it, let me know what you thought of it. If you enjoyed it as much as I did, as well as if you're planning to listen to Dark Gallifrey the Meddling Monks Parts 2 and 3 when they release in May and June 2026 respectively. Without further ado, I will see you in a future episode of the podcast. See you then. Goodbye.